welcome back to another video. Today I want to start off by talking about just a tip of, or a suggestion more like, when you're out and about, check your local thrift stores, because what you might find are some good things that you can use in making your resin items. So for about $8, $7.99, I found this a bag, and what was in it were 20 of these mica powders. They are actually nail powders, but they work to they work really well in resin. So they're Azure Beauty, and they are nail dips. And there was a whole bunch of them, as you can see here. There's all kinds of colors. There's oranges and reds and silvers and blues, greens, purples. So there were 20 in this bag, and you don't need a whole lot of them to put in your resin. But for $8 for 20 of these little guys, oh yeah, every time. So helpful hint: check your thrift stores, your Goodwills, Salvation Armies. Around here we have a store called Second Avenue, and they have a wall full of these bagged items, and always checking them. I have found Mardi Gras beads that I've used in skulls. I have found fake flowers, just anything and everything, but always keep a lookout. So with that said, let's pick a couple of these and use them. Be right back. All right, we are back. What we are going to do is, using one of these nail colors, this orange one, we are going to be making two of the bird molds, the birds in the house molds. So what we're going to do is we are going to paint the hearts with the orange, and then the birds are going to be a black and orange swirl colors for both of them. And then for the houses, what we want to do is figure out a way to do a light brown at the roof level and then a darker on the lower level. So we'll probably try to fix some piece of silicone, or we'll hold something in place to block it off so that it doesn't sink down. So with that, we are going to start with the painting of the orange. So we're going to open this up, and then we're going to just get a little bit on our brush. Just paint some in. Oop, and we got a little outside, but we'll clean that up in a minute. I think what we're going to do to make this stand out a little more is we are going to put some UV resin in here, and then use our black light flashlight to solidify it, just to give it some protection so that it doesn't spill out into the rest of the mold. So this isn't really sticking a whole lot, so let's see what we do. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. That looks good. All right. All right, let's put a little bit of UV resin in there, and then we'll get our light and let's see, where's our flashlight? Let's just use the tail end of this, kind of spread it around a little bit. We definitely don't want it to mess the orange up too much. That looks good. Let's check this one. Push up to the, oops, hit the camera with my head. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to mix up some resin. We will do the birds first. We'll make a cup for the black, a cup for the orange, and then we will get to pouring. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and what we have done is we mixed up some two-part A and B. Now let's resin, and we separated it into half. With one half we put in the small tongue mica powder black and a drop of glue, and in the other also small tongue mica powder light orange, also with a drop of glue. And we've given them a good stir, trying to wait a little bit to let those bubbles rise. And what we're going to do is we are going to pour a little bit into each at a time. And I think we'll start with orange along the head, and that's going to spread down. And then we'll pour some black. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the stick to give it a swirl in a minute. Cool. And we're going to repeat that with the other one, except this time we'll start with some black up at the head. And I hope that we have enough. I think we do. And I apologize, I forgot my gloves. Shame on me. And we have some orange and black left, so let's just top this off a little bit more. Cool. And we're going to give it a little spritz. I actually need to go pick up some more isopropyl alcohol. And with the leftover, we will pour into our cat mold. Oops, that was a lot. Oops. way over on that guy. Where's our dog paw? All right, I'm gonna be right back and we will start on the house part. Properly protected. What I did was mixed up about 8 ounces of the 2-part, as well as then separated it using this eye candy Bokuto Brown, which is going to be for the roof area, and that is here. And I apologize, I did not realize the video was not recording when I started stirring. So that's going to be the roof. We're going to add a drop of glue in there. And then with this one, we have the Small Tongue mica powder tan, and we really want it to be light, so we're just going to add a little bit, not a whole lot to it, not as much as we did for the orange and the black. Let's see, make sure I'm still in camera frame. So we're going to stir this nice and easy. See how that looks. If it comes out too dark, we may have to add a little bit of white to it just to lighten it up. And it's not much different from the Bokuto Brown. So let's grab a little bit of white. This is a silvery white mica powder. We're just going to add a little bit to it to try to lighten this up. Of course, I haven't used this one before, so it's not open. The joys of preparation. So we're just going to add a little bit of this silvery white. See if that lightens it up a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. So what I wanted to do, because they are almost identical, so I think what we're going to end up doing is it's just going to be that way. So we were going to pour at the top and then try to have it meet. So this brown, the Bokuto Brown, with a little bit of glue, it's going to be at the top. So we'll start this up here. And you know what? I don't think I added any glue. So let's add the glue to the other piece real quick. At least that maybe will push it back. And you can see, if you can see this into the camera, they are almost identical. I don't think we're going to have much luck initially. And we're going to put a little bit more at the bottom and let it push its way up. And then maybe a little bit more at the top just to level it out. I think we're going to need to top it off just a hair. All right. And let's do the other one. Let's see. This was our top. And this is our lower half, and we're going to try to get this to push that back. We need it to level. We got quite a bit left, so we're going to pour this into something else. All right, let's give that a once over with the torch. Let's see, we need another mold to pour this into. Let's use this small bowl. We'll get it started. Or actually, we have this small jar will be a little bit better because I think we have just enough to get it started. Not going to be enough, but we will add a little bit more to it later. All right, looks good. Everything looks like it's pretty as level as we're going to get. So we will be back in about 24 hours to demold. See you then. All right, we are back to demold our birds and birdhouses and get them put together. We will also start with demolding the cats and dogs that we had left over. So let's start with that. So we just poured our leftovers into the puzzle mold. So there's a couple more cats for the puzzles, and we did 2 of the dogs. That's cute. I like the gold color. So that's really pretty. There's the other one. I like that orange and black. It's a nice mix. And then we'll do the bear. We had the leftover for the bear. Thing with the bigger, my goodness, big old, that's cute with the red and on the end of the yard, orange and black too. Put him up there with his buddies, and now we'll do the birds. That's cute. I like that. The birdhouse came out more brown overall, but so that'll go like that. Nice. Very nice. Let's check out the other one. Not much different there, but pretty. I really like this mold. This is one I would like to make a lot of in time. So again, the house came out a little bit more brown, but it looks nice. Let's see. Don't see any bubbles on the edges, so that's good. And then that'll just go in there like that. We'll get these glued together and get some twine on them to make them hangable. And we'll probably make a couple more of these. Easter's coming up, and I want to make some to give away to the family and give them, so I probably need to make at least 1 or 2 more, probably in the same colors. So thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please hit that like button. And in order to be notified of future videos when they release, you hit that subscribe button. Every click of those helps as we make our move toward 500 subscribers. We've got a ways to go, but your clicking helps a lot. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.